been on before. He was on a few months ago talking about another one of his courses, and he's back with us tonight. He's added some more courses to the platform, which is wonderful. And I'll go ahead and introduce him. He is lives in Maryland, right? Silver Springs, Maryland.
Right, Silver Spring, Maryland.
And this is his third career. So he was a mathematics professor and a software engineer, and now he's into hypnotherapy and NLP and helps clients transform their lives through the use of hypnosis and these NLP tools. So I'm just going to turn it over to you, Don, and let you talk about all the course that you have. It's the hypnosis introductory session, correct? Or whichever course you want to talk about.
Sure. So I have 3 courses on the Great Discovery now. I just put one up recently, which is an actual a full hypnotherapy. It's full hypnotherapy sessions. So when you buy this course, or as an affiliate, when you sell this course, the person actually gets a one-to-one session with me. So they work it just like anybody who would set up a session. We have a consultation, 30-minute consultation, and they fill out an intake form and they do a session. I'm intending to put up a couple more very similar, one for a 3-session package, one for a 4-session package, and one for a past life regression session, which I think some people may be interested in. What I have up before that, I have a free course called 3 basic self-hypnosis exercises, and I'll be demonstrating one of those in a moment. And then the second course, which costs $40. Let's see, it's not on Academy. The session course is on Academy, so it's a little pricier. The other one, the one I'm thinking of, it's not free. I forget where it is. Can you?
Premium.
Premium, yeah, it's premium. It's $40. It's 3 hours with a small group. So the first one is a regular 1-hour hypnotherapy session with the group, where I teach them self-hypnosis and what I call power self, which is yourself exactly the way you want to be. And you, in hypnosis, you imagine or visualize that person, and then I have you step in and be that person for a little bit. And then there's a 1-hour session on core transformation, which is a powerful, basically it's a process coming out of NLP. And the third session is wholeness. And each of those, we discuss it, and then I do a demonstration with one individual. That's just $40. It's like three hours, and well worth doing. So I want to give you a brief taste of talk about hypnosis and give you a brief taste of what it's actually like. So hypnosis is an altered state. We usually think of it as a trance state. And actually, we go in and out of trance all the time without noticing it or thinking about it. So for instance, when you're deep into a book, or for that matter, a video game, say it's a fiction book and you're reading it and you're really into it, you're experiencing the descriptions in the book, you're involved with the characters, you're involved with the plot, and you're shutting everything else out. You're in your own little bubble with the book. That's a trance. We even talk about an entrancing novel or a hypnotic story. Or a lot of people, when you're driving, you're driving along and you're thinking about something, your mind is going. And all of a sudden you realize you've gone several miles and you don't really know how you got there. Or say you're watching a movie. So to enjoy this movie, there's 2 things you have to do. You have to focus on the movie, and you have to go around that part of your mind that's always wanting to pick things apart. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not real, that's not real. You have to go around that, because we say you suspend disbelief, right? Because if you don't do that, you can't enjoy the movie. After all, these are actors and they're saying lines that they've learned and they're in costumes, they're in makeup, they're on a set. There's a lighting crew, there's a sound crew. Somebody directed this movie, and then there was a screenwriter. And maybe there were rewrites and people fought over it, but you put all that out of your mind so you can enjoy the movie. And in doing that, you put yourself in a very suggestible state. So if they want you to jump, you jump. They want you to feel sad, you might want to cry. I mean, why? You're an adult, you're intelligent, you know it's not real, but you do that, you put yourself in that state so you can enjoy the movie. While at the same time, no matter how much you're into the movie, you're still always aware on some level that you're sitting there watching a movie. If they start shooting in the movie, do you duck under your chair? Do you hit the floor, believing you're about to get to dodge a bullet? If the dinosaur comes on the screen, do you run out of the theater screaming, thinking you're about to get eaten? Well, probably not, unless you've got really bad PTSD. And in hypnosis, in a deeper state of trance, you're always aware on some level that you're sitting there in an altered hypnotic state. And if there's ever anything that doesn't suit you for any reason, either you'll just ignore it or you'll come out of hypnosis completely. Even the language we use is not really right. We say, I hypnotize you. But really, I don't do anything to you. You're doing it. I guide you, I instruct you, I help you to access that altered state that's part of your mental equipment. But you're the one doing it. I'm just the guide. So I'm going to show you a brief self-hypnosis exercise. And most of you will be, once we finish, most of you will be able to do this on your own. And if you want to review, watch my free course. There's also handouts available on that course, 3 basic self-hypnosis exercises. There are handouts available, and this is what I'm doing now is called the zone. So if you want to participate, and if you don't, just listen, you won't get hypnotized. But if you want to participate, get comfortable and close your eyes and kind of defocus your mind so you're not thinking about anything in particular. I know a lot of meditation protocols want you to quiet your mind. They don't usually tell you how. I'm not saying that even. I'm just saying defocus so you're not thinking about anything in particular. And take yourself inside and occupy all the space inside your body. Every place, every part, from the top of your head all the way down to your toes, all the way to your fingertips. That's right. Get that feeling. When you get that feeling, basically, you're hypnotized. Even parts of you that you don't usually think about. So for instance, the back of your head, just occupy that space. And add to that your right shoulder, 2 places. Occupy them both simultaneously. Don't worry if you're doing it right, just do the best you can. And add your left elbow and the index finger on your left hand. Occupy those 4 places all at once. And your right hip and your left calf and the instep on your right foot. Occupy those 7 places. And now occupy all the space inside your body, all at once. Some people like to get this feeling of filling up with a wonderful, comfortable, hypnotic fluid. that flows into every nook and cranny in your body. Some get a sense of a beautiful light that's shining on the inside, shining into every part of you. However you do it, get that sense of occupying all the space inside your body. And holding on to this, get a feeling of expansion or radiating out, way out into space. Right. And now double that feeling, intensify it, spread it, and double it again. Let it fill you. And start saying to yourself in your mind over and over, I live with a happy heart, a peaceful mind, and a playful spirit, over and over. Happy, peaceful, playful. I'll let you do this by yourself for a while. I live with a happy heart, a peaceful mind, and a playful spirit, over and over. That's right. And as you do this, you might notice that all by itself, your breathing has become slower and deeper and more regular. And your heartbeat perhaps has slowed down a little bit. I live with a happy heart, a peaceful mind, and a playful spirit, over and over. And normally you would do this for 2 or 3 minutes. And then when you're ready to come back, you shout to yourself in your mind, I deserve to be happy, healthy, and successful. And then whenever you're ready, bring yourself back, all the way back to everyday time, space, and awareness. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Good. Kathy, can we get responses?
Absolutely, you can
Yeah,
ask.
so does anybody want to share what they experienced with that? Anybody at all?
You can share or put it in chat if you want to.
No, speak up.
Okay.
Just unmute and speak up. Anybody?
I will say that I definitely felt a serious peaceful within myself, and I was never really focused on those parts of my body like that. I was kind of got a real peace out of it.
Wonderful. That's so nice to hear. Anybody else? I get all kinds of responses. It's always very individual. And sometimes I envy what people experience. Does anybody else want to tell me? Yeah, go ahead, Diva.
Yes. Yeah, it was very, very relaxing. Um, I love the soothing sound of your voice. It made it even easier to relax. I do have a question. Can I
Yeah,
ask-
sure.
So oftentimes when we are trying to either meditate or even with hypnosis to get into that state of mind,
Mhm.
how can we really try and quiet our voices and just focus on what you're asking us to focus?
Well, the mantra helps with that. It kind of helps drown out those, that chatter. But I don't worry about it too much. People do that. Did you find your mind fairly quiet while you were doing this?
Oh yeah, yeah, like I said, your voice
Yeah.
is very soothing. I think that also really helps.
Yeah. So it just kind of happens spontaneously. That's what I'm saying. I don't tell people, oh, you need to quiet your mind. Just kind of defocus and then go ahead with the process. Yeah, let's see. Jeffrey said it's too noisy here, but I did get much calmer and more relaxed. Yeah. Anybody else want to share?
Yeah, Don, I have a comment. Thank you very much for the chance to just really get back into me. What was sort of interesting is I had the sense of my body being completely hollow, and the outside was just a shell. And I must admit, I had a bit of difficulty filling all of the parts with me. The torso was easy, but getting it into the leg and arms was a bit of a challenge, but
Yeah.
worth working on.
Well, that feeling of hollowness, I feel that too. It's like I say, it's very individual. Sometimes people feel heavy. Sometimes they feel light and floaty or even floating up. As far as occupying all the space in your body simultaneously, I don't know if anybody can really do that, but but the effort trying to do it puts you in that altered state. That's the dark secret there.
Thank you.
Gregory had his hand up. So Gregory, do you,
Yeah, yeah, sure.
and then you're on mute, so unmute yourself if you still have a question.
Okay,
There
thank
you
you for
go.
calling me.
Yeah,
Good evening, everybody. Very soothing, very relaxing. I'm sitting in my chair at my desk, and it felt like I was dozing off. I was just so calm and relaxed. I really enjoyed it.
But you came back when I suggested it, right?
Yes. You snapped your finger and say, "Come to."
Like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So as people do this, just from this, and of course, in my practice and in my courses too, we do much more. But just from this, people change in uh, in positive ways and sometimes unexpected ways. And I'm talking about doing it several times a day, making it a practice. You don't have to do it for long, 2 or 3 minutes. I would say 2 or 3 times a day. I worked with this young woman a few years ago, 20 years old. She was Chinese, a university student from China, very anxious. She, first of all, she's in this strange country speaking English most of the time without the benefit of the Great Discovery. She was anxious about her schoolwork. She had an American boyfriend. She was very anxious about him. And she said there were mice running around in the air conditioner in her dorm room, and they wouldn't do anything about it. I won't name the university. Anyhow, I taught her this, asked her to start doing it regularly. She comes back a week later and I say to her, so how's it going? She says, well, I've been having these spontaneous bouts of happiness for no reason. And I said, well, that sounds nice. She says, yeah. And then she says, and the mice are gone too. That's a true story, by the way.
that's
So I want to leave some time for questions or comments, and I want to, say a little bit more about let me put my courses into the chat, by the way.
Yeah, please do that. And I'll ask a question while you're doing that, because that reminded me of, people use hypnosis for a lot of different things and a lot of different purposes. And I'm curious, in your practice, Don, do you have like a common type of problem that people want, or what would you say are the most common things that people come to you wanting to do hypnosis for?
Well, it's a lot of things, and ever since I've been doing this for 18 years, and people have always told me, oh, you should find a niche. And I've never been able to find a niche, but various varieties of anxiety, people that worry a lot, people that catastrophize, or social anxiety where people feel uncomfortable in groups, or maybe giving presentations. That's one of them. I work with athletes. So to be a good athlete, it's really a combination of relaxation and focus. And you might think those are, disparate, contradictory things, but really they're not. And hypnosis is a good example of relaxation and sometimes intense focus. I work a lot with people with phobias and like test anxiety, or people who have problems going over bridges or riding in elevators, or they're terrified of cats or dogs or birds and that kind of thing. A lot, I can't think of everything, but those are some of them. Public speaking, uh, imposter syndrome, people that feel they might be very competent, but they feel they're an imposter and they're, not really, they're not fully adult or something.
No, that's great, because I think that just like I know it's very wide, and I know you can address a lot of different things, and I just wanted you to talk to that, because that helps people relate to, oh, that may be what I need, or I know someone that could do that, and they would refer,
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
refer people to that. So that'd be great.
And as you see, it's a very gentle process. Everybody, or practically everybody, can do it. And then there's some deeper level things that actually are in uh, the uh, the 3-hour course, core transformation and wholeness. Uh, that's in what's it called? Gallery? No. Anyway, uh, there-
Genius Club. It's the Genius Club one. You've got free Genius Premium. Yeah, so you probably have a Genius Club course.
it's not actually in Genius Club, but it's in anyway. It's what is it called?
Which
Uh,
course?
I can't see it, but oh, there it is. Uh, it's called Hypnotherapy in Action. Yeah,
He did. I think he did put his course.
it's all in the chat.
Yeah, it's in the
Links
chat.
to them,
Three of
and
them.
I also put a link. If someone wants to talk with me, one-on-one, you can schedule a free consultation by clicking this link.
And James said, "Where are you?" He's in Maryland.
I'm in Maryland, but I work exclusively over Zoom. Well, I guess I could work over Skype if you want, but pretty much these days everybody's over Zoom. But I'm in Silver Spring, Maryland.
Anybody have any questions that you want to, instead of putting them in chat, just ask?
Yeah, or speak up,
Yeah, please.
raise your hand, whatever.
I have another question, Don. It's
Yeah,
Warner.
sure.
Talk to me a little bit about physical pain.
Ah,
I'm with somebody that's really
I'm
suffering.
really good with pain. How much time do you in pain right now?
No, not me.
Oh, okay. No, I'm good with pain. I have several techniques that for most people will at least, aches and pains, sometimes even more serious things, neuropathy and stuff. I can help them just in just a couple minutes. In fact, I often use it as a convincer. When I start a session, I'll ask the person, you have any pain? The person says yes. And then I show them within 3 or 4 minutes how to take it away. And well, now they're going to listen to me. Yeah, Diva?
I
If you
put
want to
an
give,
email, excuse me, just one more sec. I
Oh,
put
sure. I'm sorry.
to the chat. Would you connect with me or give me an email to connect with you?
Yeah, can you see the schedule a free 30-minute consultation?
No, I'm not seeing it. I was looking.
Okay. Let me see if I can put it back. You can
Sorry
do
to-
that. I'll put my phone number in there too. Uh, Okay.
Pull up a little bit, Werner. It's in there. Oh, you know what you did, Don? You sent it to me directly. I see that now.
Oh, gosh, I sure did.
You did just sent it to me. I see it, and now I understand why. You just, yeah, you got to get to
Oh,
everyone.
gosh, so let's see.
Here, let's just copy it and we'll send it to everybody.
Let me here. And yeah, because I was talking to you. Oh, nobody could see what I did.
Yep. No,
Now I can't get out of, wait a minute.
yeah, you can just go down it instead of
Everyone,
everyone. Uh-huh.
okay, here you are,
No wonder
everybody.
you didn't see it, Renee. It wasn't you. I'm like, Renee said, put it in chat. And I'm like,
Okay.
it's
Got it.
chat.
Here it is, all three
Thank you.
courses with the links and to schedule a consultation.
The very last one is the one that to schedule.
Yeah, and I'll put in my phone number just for good measure.
That should now be to everyone. I hope you all can.
Right. Okay. You can either text or call if you want. But the consultation, it works really well. And it's one-on-one and so forth.
Okay, Deepa, did you have a question? You did, and then you took you put your hand out.
No,
Yes,
actually, I was going to say that I didn't see the courses in the chat.
Oh,
And
yeah. Well, that's because Kathy wouldn't share them.
I know, it's all my fault.
I can tell you what, after I teach people the zone, as I call it, is what I just did. I do a longer, more elaborate version, but after I teach people that, I would have you in this. So then I say, take yourself back into the zone, and most people can do that. And if not, I'll guide you. But then I have you imagine or visualize yourself exactly the way you want to be. I call that the power self. And then this is in hypnosis. And then once we've got it just right, I have you step in and be that person for a little bit. And go through a situation, maybe a difficult or uncomfortable situation, as that person. And then when you're done with that, you step back out, but bring back with you some of what you experienced and learned in being your power self and incorporate that into the current you. So this is a way of programming yourself in the direction that you want to go in. Okay, I see it's 9:28.
Yep, and I will just make reiterate the announcement from earlier. Those that want to jump on Dr. Ivanka's call, WeSpeakToTheWorld.com is the website, and she will introduce the Great Discovery to course creators. So I just want to make sure you're aware of that if you want to jump on that. And thank you all for being on tonight. Thank you so much, Don. That was an amazing session. Loved the hands-on hypnosis. That was fantastic.
Thank you, Kathy, and thanks everyone for sticking around.
All right. We'll see you all next time. Thank you
Yeah.
all.
Take care.